All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Armchair Football League. We are heading in to week number 4, and we have the Seattle Seahawks against the Arizona Cardinals. And this kick's going to be returned out to the 26-yard line as we see Trevor Lawrence come out onto the field. Lawrence, play action, pressure coming. He's just going to dump this off to the flat, and they will get nothing on the play. Kenny Moore on the stop. So 2nd and 10 here from the 26. Lawrence back to pass. Throws over the middle, and it's batted up in the air, and they could have grabbed it, but nobody called it. So it falls to the dirt. Seattle 0-3, Arizona 1-2. Seattle looking to get their first win of the season. Lawrence pressured, sacked. And that's going to be a loss of 5 on the play. So a 3-and-out for Arizona. Jared Verse with the sack. Seattle will now punt it away. As you see the disappointment from the Arizona faithful. The kick is away from about the 10-yard line. It will get to the 30, and it will be fair caught. So a nice deep kick as Michael Penix Jr. marches his offense out onto the field. Back to pass, over the middle, caught. And that's going to be a gain of 7 on the play. Now, Seattle does have J.J. McCarthy waiting in the wings. If Michael Penix continues to struggle, he escapes pressure, dumps it off over the middle, and it's going to be a big gain here. Out to the 46. Bijan Robinson. A nice catch and run by Bijan. So 1st and 10. They're in enemy territory at the Arizona 46. Bijan up the middle. Huge hole. He's going to get about 13 on the play. And down to the 33-yard line. So Seattle moving the ball here on their first drive of the game. We went over the fact that Arizona is 1-2, playing New Orleans, Carolina, and San Francisco. They're going to run it again to Bijan up the middle. Huge running lane. He'll get 11. And that'll be first and... Sorry, they'll mark him as 10.5. So it'll be 1st and 10 down to the 23. They're in the red zone now. They will hand it off to Bijan again with another big hole. He makes a nice move, cuts all the way down to the 11. So Bijan Robinson, 10 yards or more on all of his first 3 carries. Can't start much better than that. Seattle with a little bit of space for a first down. They toss it to the outside. It's not Bijan. And they'll lose a yard. So the first time they run with the backup, they get nothing. So Bijan now comes back into the game, just feeling it right now. Penix back to pass, stands in the pocket, forced out. He's going to run with it. He's got running room, and he will slide down at the 3-yard line, and that'll put them at 3rd and 2. Arizona with a chance to hold them to a field goal. Put a little bit of space for Seattle to get a first down. They will run with Bijan. He gets to the outside, and he walks into the end zone. Bijan Robinson is going to put the first points on the board for Seattle. Their big problem, as we discussed earlier in the week, was they have just not been able to score points. So coming out scoring 6 on the very first drive of the game, running the ball efficiently. They moved the ball in the passing game, not tremendously, but they did it enough. A couple checkdowns for nice yardage. So 8 plays, 70 yards, 3 minutes, 38 seconds. A nice start on the road in a game where it's not must win. We as we discussed earlier in the recap podcast, we have seen, I think, at least 3, maybe even 4 teams start the season at least 0-4 and still manage to make the playoffs. But you don't want to keep putting yourself behind the 8 ball. So this is definitely a game that you really don't want to lose. So Lawrence, attempt number 2. They're going to run it up the middle, and they have a big running lane. He shoulders him. Alvin Kamara, last week, 10 for 117, a big week on the ground. They might need him to replicate that this week. He gets 7 yards here. And some technical difficulties. Not really sure what's going on here. But it'll be 2nd and 3. We're back. Ball at their own 35. You got bunch to the left, shotgun formation. Lawrence back to pass. Seattle sends a blitz. Lawrence dancing around, and he gets rid of it just before he's sacked. So that'll be 3rd and 3. Good coverage downfield by Seattle. Going with the empty set. 3rd and 3. Lawrence rolls out, throws, got it, back across his body. And they get the first down to Luther Burden. So the rookie comes in big on the 3rd down conversion. So it'll be 1st and 10 now from their own 45, trying to mount a drive. 5-man rush from Seattle. Lawrence whips it, caught, 1st down. And they are in enemy territory, down to the 40. Oh, little near far formation. Interesting. Doesn't do anything. Lawrence gets sacked for a 5-yard loss. We were worried that some of the play call sheets would not be called. So that's a little interesting. They could have been a patch by Madden. That's interesting to keep an eye on. Lawrence over the middle. It's caught. And they'll get a lot back. They'll get 8 back, so it'll be 3rd and 7 at 37. Arizona just on the edge of field goal range. Lawrence back to pass, throws, caught, but we're going to have a penalty. It could be roughing the passer, but it also might be a hold, and it's a hold. So that one's coming back. It's going to be 3rd and 17. Alaric Jackson costing the Cardinals important field position as they are now out of field goal range. The screen pass goes nowhere. Literally, 4th and 17. So the holding penalty proves to be very costly as Arizona comes up empty-handed on this drive. No points. I mean, I guess they could. They're not going to try it. They're going to punt. Yeah. Would have been a 60-something yard field goal. And the kick is away. They're going to try and pin him deep. It's a good kick. Oh, no. Bounced at the goal line and into the end zone. I thought it was going to get a little closer to the sideline, but it did not. So Michael Penix Jr. brings Seattle out for their 2nd attempt. They're 1 for 1 so far today. A little motion here. Play action. Penix looking deep. Over the middle, and he just sails it. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. They motion Bijan out wide to the left. Top of your screen. Penix back to pass. Good protection up front. He gets it out to the near side to DK Metcalf, and it's a gain of 5 on the play. So 3rd and 5. Ball at their own 25. Empty set. Penix back to pass. Forced out of the pocket. He's dancing around. They had a spy, but he just caught napping. Penix gets a big run on the play for the 1st down. And I don't know what the linebacker was doing there. He was supposed to be spying Penix, and you see he overcommitted to Penix going inside. Penix instead bounces it outside, gets the first down. Good play by Michael Penix. New set of downs here, 30 seconds left in the quarter. Penix back to pass, play action, throws, and it's going to be caught for a first down. He'll get out of bounds. Down to the 43. Tough throw by Penix. Had to open up his shoulder. Throwing against his momentum. And that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. Seattle leads 7-0, mounting another potential scoring drive. New quarter, new set of downs. They're in enemy territory. Penix, they will hand it off to Robinson. Robinson gets to the outside, and he'll be tackled for a gain of 8. It's his first carry that did not go for at least 10 yards, but it goes for 8, so still a great run by Bijan Robinson. They hand it off again up the middle. Has a lane, makes a cut, and he can go down to the 5. Stiff arm touchdown. Bijan Robinson having a monster day so far. He says, fine, you're going to finally hold me to a less than a 10-yard carry. I'm going to rip a 30, 40-yard run, 35-yard run maybe for a touchdown. Makes a great cut there, and then right at the goal line, right when he might have been tackled, he just throws the arm out, stiff arms his way the rest of the way, and into the end zone. So Seattle, back-to-back scoring drives, 6 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. They needed to work on their scoring, and they have done so here at the start. Just over 30 seconds into the second quarter, they've got a 14-0 lead, and Arizona will come out for their third attempt. Out to the 27. They've had to punt twice. Lawrence back to pass. Throws, got a man, caught. He could go. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Arizona comes out in the second quarter. One play, they're right back in it to Calvin Ridley. What an excellent throw by Trevor Lawrence. Steps into it, hits him in stride. Ridley keeps it moving. And the salute to the Arizona faithful as they grab some momentum back. And the extra point is good, so it's 14-7. So pretty good start here. Cardinals have improved on each drive. They went 3 and out, then they managed to get across the 50, shot themselves in the foot a little bit, but look at Bijan Robinson, 6 rushes for 82 yards. You're not going to win this game if you cannot come up with an answer for him. They will run it. Big hole, he runs right through it. And he just fights his way for more yards. All the way out to the 44. So first and 10. Seattle just riding Bijan Robinson. And they will run it again. And finally he gets stopped. A big tackle there. Can't quite tell by who. Bijan finally stopped. And it'll be second down and 11. Bunch to the right, shotgun formation. Penix back to pass. Plenty of time to throw, but he throws it into traffic. A hospital ball right over the middle, and it's the same guy. Same guy who made the stop on Bijan. Disrupts the pass there. 3rd and 11. Penix back to pass. Throws. Caught, but he won't get the first down. So it'll be 4th and 7. Seattle will punt for the first time today. And it is a good one, but it bounces into the end zone. It landed at about the 7-yard line. Just had a little too much bounce to it. As Calvin Ridley comes back out after his big play. 2 receptions, 88 yards for a touchdown. 3 targets. Lawrence back to pass, quick drop. Fights his way through traffic, and he's going to run, but he fumbles the football. Oh, it's scooped up by Arizona. So it'll still be a first down. A big save by Johnson. What can't ask for better timing. Lawrence is going to hand it off, and oh, he gets obliterated. Woof. That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. It was Theo Johnson on the fumble recovery. 2nd and 12, Arizona goes with the empty set. Back to pass. Lawrence looking, found it, got it. First down. And that will cross the 50-yard line as well. Alvin Kamara. See Lawrence dancing around in the pocket. Throws it a little bit behind Kamara. Kamara makes a nice adjustment to haul that in. Keep the drive moving. I'm sorry, they're just shy of the 50-yard line. They will run it. Nope, play action. Good fake. He's going to swing it to Kamara, who will be tackled, gain about 4 on the play. Yep, 2nd and 6. Arizona trying to tie the game here. Play action again. Throws. Oh, and he just missed him. Had it in his hands. He should have caught that. It was a little far in front of him. Not the best throw by Lawrence, but sometimes receivers got to help his quarterback out. Lawrence whips it into traffic, but a great catch. Calvin Ridley. Throwing it into a very tight window. Ridley makes the catch, hauls it in, maintains it through some tough contact. And Arizona now, 1st and 10. Ball at the Seattle 31. Heavy running formation. And Kamara couldn't quite break through the hole in time. They'll get 2 on the play. Second down and 8. Just approaching the 4-minute mark of the first half. Lawrence back to pass. Throws over the middle. Caught wide open. Theo Johnson dives into the end zone. Theo Johnson recovers the fumble earlier in the drive to keep it going. Only fitting that he scores the touchdown. And we are tied up with the extra point. Great job getting out into space. Again, a little behind him from Lawrence. Good adjustment by Theo Johnson. And we are tied with 4:08 to play here in the first half. Jared Verse will head to the sideline, holding his elbow. Looks to be all right. Not too worried about it. So can Seattle get back on track? I think if they are going to, they're going to have to get Bijan going again. 8 for 97 with 2 touchdowns today. We're not even through the first half. It's a good game so far. They will fake it to Bijan. Penix back to pass all day to throw. Pressure finally coming. He's just running in circles. And, he almost got sacked. He does just enough to avoid it and get it to the sidelines. 2nd and 10. The run to Bijan. And he breaks free of the tackle, spins around it. And he'll get 9.5. It'll be 3rd and inches. What a play by Robinson. Penix tries to dive forward. He doesn't get it. He gets stopped by Sweat and the Arizona Cardinals. What a big-time stop by Arizona. It looked like the center just let him in. So Seattle's going to have to punt. Their second drive in a row that won't end in points, and they seem to be thwarted a little bit. Good job by Arizona. Returned out to the 26. So here comes Calvin Ridley. So far this season, 322 yards, 4 touchdowns, 19 catches. Having a solid season. Aligning with Trevor Lawrence. 1st and 10. Lawrence back to pass. Pressure starting to come. He gets rid of it to Kamara. And they'll get 6 on the play. 2nd and 4. They will do a draw play to Kamara, who gets the first down, stiff arms his way for more, and gets it all the way out to the 40-yard line. And that will probably bring us to the 2-minute warning here. And it will be Seattle that starts the second half with the ball. So if Arizona can put some points on the board here, they will have control of the game. But if Seattle can manage to get the ball back and put some points on the board, they have a chance to really control this game. Lawrence back to pass. We are under the 2-minute warning. Lawrence throws, right in his hands, but dropped. That might have been Tyler Lockett. Lawrence back to pass again. Looks over the middle, and it's caught this time by Burden, I believe. So 1st and 10, they're across the 50. Ball at the 45. Arizona hurries up to the line. Dumps it off short. Caught again by Burden, I believe. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. We're at about 1 minute and 15 seconds. Lawrence throws to the flat. Caught by Theo Johnson, who gets tackled. And he just got out of bounds. So the clock will stop. Ball at the 31. 1:11 to play. Lawrence back to pass. Throws into traffic, and it's caught. And they'll get out of bounds. Calvin Ridley once again. 1st down. Arizona's in the red zone. 1:06 to play. They are grooving right now. Plenty of time to operate. Throws to the flat. Caught. Trying to get around the outside. But he can't. And Calvin Ridley's going to cost them the timeout. He will head to the sideline holding his ribs. He should be back pretty soon, though. Just a quick pit stop. Little maintenance check. 2nd and 5. 1:03 to play. Arizona 2 timeouts. 13 yards to go for a touchdown. Lawrence back to pass. Throws to the flat. Theo Johnson breaks free from the tackle, but it costs him yards. Just go down. He breaks free from the tackle, negating the forward progress. Look at this. He gets tackled at around the 12, but because he breaks the tackle, Seattle has a chance to make him lose a ton of yards. Arizona's going to hurry up to the line here on 3rd and 15. Theo Johnson, awful mistake. Lawrence dancing around. He's going to take off and run with it finally. And he will be tackled. It'll be 4th and 9. Arizona will have to settle for a field goal. Seattle takes the timeout. Trying to get the ball back. So this should break the tie if they can execute. And they do. So Arizona with a 17-14 lead. Seattle's got 2 timeouts, a little bit of time to work. $33 seconds. A little less after this return. It's a great return. Wow. All the way out to the 37. Robinson 9 for 107 today. Probably not going to see him much in the running game here on this drive. And if you're Seattle, all you really need is maybe 20-ish yards. Penix dumps it over the middle. He's got room to run. 1st down out to the 49, 48. They'll mark it at the 48, 23 seconds to play. Seattle takes a timeout. a big chance at getting into field goal range here. Penix wants it. Oh, he just missed it. Oh, man, he had a chance for a touchdown there. Penix just overthrows him. Over the middle, caught, great catch. Takes the hit, goes down. They're in field goal range now. And right on the edge of it. This is going to be a long field goal. And I think they're going to cost themselves here. Throws it over the middle, caught. They're not going to get down. And that's going to do it. So, Penix, we'll try to remember that. For later in the game, he had a chance for a walk-in touchdown that would have given them a 21-17 lead with the ball to start the second half. So a huge missed opportunity there, as they also don't even manage to get the field goal. Trevor Lawrence, 17-21 for 232 yards and 2 touchdowns, having a big day for the Cardinals, as we see him on the Cardinals side and Bijan Robinson on the Seahawks side. Huge first half for both players. So Seattle will come out onto the field. Mims heads to the sideline with a little bit of an injury, little stinger probably. We'll see if Seattle can get Robinson going again. They will run it, and he's going to get blown up in the backfield, and a flag on Seattle. This will be a holding call. So do you take the 1st and 20 or the 2nd and 13? They will take the 1st and 20. Robinson has slowed down a little bit. Arizona has done a good job clamping down. They motion him out wide to the far side of the screen. Penix back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. Throws incomplete, but Arizona's going to get called for a penalty. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So that will negate the holding call, and it's going to give Arizona 15 yards and an automatic first down. Penix back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. Throws to the flat. Caught. Room to run. Makes a move. And he'll get 8 on the play. Oh, they'll give him 9. 2nd and 1 to the 43. Penix, they'll run to Bijan. Plenty of room to run here. Makes a man miss. And finally tackled out at the 39. So Bijan, first big run in his last few carries. So looking to get back on that horse and get this offense moving. They have stalled in the last few times that Arizona has been able to stop his rushing attempts. But you get Bijan out in space, and he is tough to stop. 1st and 10, ball at the Arizona 39. The run to Bijan again, and he managed to gain more than he probably should have on that play, but it's only 2 yards. 2nd and 8. They RPO, and it is brought to the 31, so they get 3rd and 2. A late decision there by Penix, but he got rid of it. Gains yards. They try to run it to Bijan. He has a huge running lane. He's going to walk right into the end zone. Bijan Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, and both times from beyond 20 yards. So Robinson carrying the Seattle offense. And that will put them ahead 21-17 with the extra point. Five plays, 71 yards, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, what's interesting to me about Seattle's offense, we mentioned earlier in the broadcast that they have J.J. McCarthy waiting in the wings. J.J. McCarthy was drafted higher than Michael Penix. J.J. McCarthy went, I believe, 15th overall in the ACFL draft. And Michael Penix actually fell all the way to the 2nd round. J.J. went 19th, excuse me. Michael Penix fell all the way to 52 in the ACFL draft. Now, JJ had the injury last season, as here's a run to Kamara. Breaks the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get a lot out of this. Stretches out for more. He ends up getting 12 on what could have been a loss of 2. But JJ had the injury last year, so it kind of forced Seattle to start Michael Penix. And he did all right. So that's why he's starting right now. But here's another run to Kamara. Flag on Arizona. This one will be coming back for a hold. But when you have your 19th overall pick sitting there and your quarterback is, wouldn't say struggling, but not carrying your offense, or not really, at certain times definitely hindering your offense, I should say. The missed pass, he's at 2 overthrows today, which happens. Nothing to get crazy about. But it makes you wonder, is it time to see what we have from our first rounder? It'll be 2nd and 18 after a big stop by Seattle. Lawrence dumps it off over the middle, and a nice gain by Theo Johnson makes it 3rd and 7. 3rd and manageable here, ball to 37. Lawrence back to pass, throws over the middle, caught, first down. Calvin Ridley back out on the field, having himself a big day. First down and 10. Arizona's across the 50 now. Lawrence back to pass, quick drop. He's going to run it right up the middle, and this one will come back. Arizona called for a hold. Tyler Guyton. So 1st and 20. They're pulled back across the 50, their own 41. Going with an old West Coast formation and just ran the wrong route there, it looked like. Lawrence misfires. A little miscommunication there, so 2nd and 20. Lawrence back to pass. Throws. He's got him. Nice gain. It'll be 3rd and 7 again. So on these 2nd and longs, they're able to get it back to 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 7 from the Seattle 46. Big play for Arizona here. He's going to loft it up into traffic, and it's batted around and incomplete. I don't really know why he threw that. Kyler Gordon with the pass breakup. Just right in his back pocket. Really a dangerous throw from Lawrence in that situation. So 4th and 7, Arizona will punt, and it is not great. It will only go to the 28-yard line. So Seattle with an opportunity to take a commanding lead in this game. They run to Bijan, and he's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 12. Penix back to pass, throws it out wide to Bijan. He doesn't hit him in stride, and Bijan fumbles the football. Arizona scoops it up. Could he go? 10, 5, touchdown, Arizona scores. We'll see if he was down. But I think that throw by Penix might have led to that interception. I think he might have been down. I don't think he might have been down. Oh, that was also weird phrasing. I think that might be a fumble. They're not even going to review it looks like. So that was a fumble. Now, it looked like Bijan was able to have possession of it, but that throw was a little further upfield than you'd like for Bijan. He caught it, he stumbled, and he started to regain possession of it, and right as he did, he gets hit again as he's going down, and he fumbles. So I don't want to put I don't want to put the fumble entirely on the throw by Penix, because it wasn't. Bijan's got to be able to corral that. But that throw upfield definitely didn't help. Robinson 13 for 156 today. He's got 3 touchdowns. And Arizona now with a 24-21 lead. Penix back to pass, pressure coming up the middle, and he's going to be sacked. Couldn't get away. So that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Arizona fans getting hyped. 2nd and 14, ball at their own 24. 3 minutes left to play in the third. They'll try to run with Bijan. Plenty of room to run up the middle, but a flag on Seattle. This one's likely coming back. Holding. And that's going to make it 2nd and 24. TJ Hawkinson from their own 14. Back to pass. They float it out to the flat. And Bijan carries it for a 10-yard gain to make it 3rd and 14. He was using all that strength to muster some yards. Penix back to pass on 3rd and 14. Pressure coming. He's forced out of the pocket. He's getting chased down, and he's going to be sacked. And there's a flag on Seattle. So there will be a hold, but it won't matter because Seattle will take a sack, and that's going to be declined for 4th and 25. They'll take the down and the yardage. And Seattle's going to have to punt. So Seattle off to a good start in this game. Bijan was firing on all cylinders. Arizona had to start coming up with some stops. They've been able to. Trevor Lawrence has been on fire, 20 of 26 for 255 with 2 touchdowns. And Arizona is going to have a chance to take a 2-score lead if they can manage to put this one across the goal line. 1:44 to play in the third. They'll run to Kamara. Kamara's stopped at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. You see Calvin Ridley there also having a big day. He is, look at the total yardage, 288 to 288. But the passing yards is where things drastically differ. Lawrence floats this one out to the flat for a check down. They gain a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 9. This could be a big stop for Seattle if they can get off the field here. 3rd and 9, 46 seconds to play in the third. Pressure coming from the outside, and Lawrence gets the first down to Luther Burden, the rookie. 2nd time he's made a big catch on 3rd down. And the drive will continue. They will have the ball right at the 50-yard line. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. They fake the fullback dive. Lawrence floats it up. Caught. Theo Johnson down to the 18. What a pass by Trevor Lawrence. Getting kind of hit as he threw it. It had a little wobble to it. But Trevor Lawrence, precise with the throw. Theo Johnson hauls it in. Arizona's in the red zone. 18 yards to go as we start the fourth quarter. 24-21 lead by Arizona. The run to Kamara up the middle. Plenty of room to run. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to walk the rest of the way into the end zone. Arizona with a 2-score lead right at the start of the fourth quarter. Alvin Kamara, great job breaking the tackle. Watching, he's going to run it here. Gets the leverage, breaks the tackle. Big score for Arizona. And Seattle now, 9 minutes and 55 seconds. Standing between them and an 0-4 record as they trail by 10. 5 plays, 61 yards, only a minute and 49. About 3 big plays on that for Arizona. That's all it took. That's another problem, I believe, if memory serves me correctly, that we talked about. Not only had Seattle not been able to score points, they were struggling to keep the other team off the scoreboard. And while they're not struggling to score here, they got 21 points. That's a more than respectable point total. They can't keep Arizona off the scoreboard. Penix completes this one short, and it's going to be a 9-yard gain with a little bit of run and catch, so 2nd and 1. They will run the fullback dive. They get the first down. So just trying to get some momentum. You don't need to get all 10 points back right now. You can be a little patient. Get your offense going again. Get some confidence. Get the passing game going because you're going to need it. Play action here. Throws short. He's got a blocker in front. And Robinson will get this for 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Approaching the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter. The run to Robinson. Gets around the outside, but this one's going to come back on another holding call by Seattle. And you can't do this. Chris Hubbard. That's going to bring it back to 2nd and 15. So this is where you're going to need Penix. 2nd and 15. Bijan's not in the game. Penix completes the pass. And a nice little run after the catch. It'll be 3rd and inches. Will they try the sneak like they did earlier in the game? Will Arizona be able to stop it like they did earlier in the game? They don't. 1st down, Seattle. Under 7.5 to go. Penix celebrating a little bit as the Seattle offense able to escape a little bit of trouble there on 2nd and 15. They keep the drive going. They cross the 50. Penix back to pass over the middle. It's high, but it's caught. Gain of 9. Just keep the offense moving. That's all you got to do here. Penix back to pass again. Time to throw. He scrambles around, runs, gets the 1st down all the way down to the 32. 6.5 minutes to play. Seattle is driving. Even if you get a field goal here, that's okay. So long as you just get the offense moving here. And they have so far. The run to Robinson is stopped for a gain of maybe 1. They'll give him 2, so 2nd and 8. The read option, Penix gets to the outside. A great block by Hubbard. Creates some space, and Penix gets the 1st down. We have a timeout. An injury timeout. It'll be 3rd and inches. Penix, QB sneaks. He fumbles the ball. Arizona picks it up. Michael Penix had the 1st down on the QB sneak, but he fumbled the ball. Brian Bresee, not quite sure. Can't remember. He gets the fumble recovery, and the 2nd time Seattle fumbles the football, and Arizona now with 5.5 minutes to play, a 10-point lead. They're going to be able to drain some clock here. And they're going to sling it. Lawrence, complete, 1st down. Lawrence is having a fantastic day, putting himself in NFC Offensive Player of the Week territory. Play action again, throws over the middle, caught. And Arizona's trying to pour it on thick here against their NFC West rival. They run to Kamara, wide open hole up the middle, and Kamara gets this all the way down to the 32-yard line. Arizona's offense just firing on all cylinders right now. Seattle has had a lot of momentum completely sucked out of them. They had a good drive going. You did exactly what you needed to do. You got the offense moving. You got it into field goal territory, and you don't even get points out of it. Lawrence back to pass. Pressure coming. He throws it short, complete. Kamara breaks the tackle, but he fumbles the ball. Seattle gets it back. I think that there's a chance Kamara might have been down on this one, though. DeForest Buckner has the recovery. And this will be big if it's a fumble. Nope, he's down. Unfortunate for Seattle. They almost had something go their way. We'll see if we get a review. I mean, we should get a review. It's a turnover, and we will. Yep. The 2 Seattle fumbles were not reviewed, making it obvious that they were clear fumbles. This one was close enough that they'll check this out in the booth, and it will come back. It will remain Arizona football. Under 3.5 to play. Arizona's in field goal territory. They run to Kamara, and it's blown up. And Jared Verse taking one for the team. He will head to the sideline, but it stops the clock on 3rd and 9. Lawrence back to pass, throws over the middle, caught, first down. So the Seattle defense cannot stop Luther Burden. His 3rd time coming up big on 3rd down here in this game. And that's going to, unless Arizona really botches this, Seattle's going to start the season 0-4. They're going to start draining the clock to draw play up the middle for Kamara. They'll gain 6, maybe 7. They'll give him 6. Seattle's going to take a timeout. 2:37 to play. And Arizona's up 10. They'll go up 13 with a field goal, which will mean Seattle will need to score 2 touchdowns. They run a fullback dive, and they get the first down. And this game is over. Ball at the 4-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Seattle's got 1 timeout left. There's 2:33 to play. So it was an inspiring start for Seattle. It looked like they had addressed the things that they needed to address, but it fell apart pretty quickly. And Arizona managed to find their footing. And they're going to move to 2-2, and Seattle is going to move to 0-4. And in an NFC West where you've got Seattle at 3-0, San Francisco at 3-0. As here's a run to Kamara to the outside, he gets into the end zone, touchdown. 38-21 with the extra point. Right now it's 37-21. Seattle's defense just, I don't know what's wrong with it. It should not be this bad, but man, has it been this bad. The extra point is good, and it is a 17-point lead. 10 plays, 69 yards, 3 minutes and 2 seconds. And with 2:26 to play and no timeouts, Seattle trails by 17. That's 3 scores. You can't even get two touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. Won't be enough. You will have to score 3 times. So we'll see if they can just try to get a little bit of confidence back, show a little bit of fight. Penix back to pass. Arizona's just going to sit back. And a dangerous pass, throws it into traffic. Completed short. This should bring us to the 2-minute warning. They might get one more playoff here as they hurry up to the line of scrimmage. They will. Penix back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Caught. It's a big gain. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 1:58 to play. Down by 17. No timeouts. This would be an all-time ACFL comeback if they could muster it, but they'll throw a screen to Robinson. Robinson gets to the outside. He gets out of bounds, but a flag on Seattle. Holding, so this one's coming back. Quinn Miners. And I'm not even saying Penix necessarily had a bad game, but you had the fumble, you had the inaccurate throw as you Robinson down the sideline, a big gain to get it all back, but you had the kind of the overthrow to Robinson, which may have contributed anyway, to a very costly fumble. You had the overthrow at the end of the half that could have been a walk-in touchdown that would have given you the ability to really command this game. And it just at 0-4, it just might be time to have that conversation about when you play your first-round quarterback. And escapes the sack, gets rid of it. It'll be 3rd and 4. Penix back to pass. Pressure comes up the middle. He's going to take off and run. And he will get this to the 5. They'll mark it at the 4. 1:20 to play. Seattle with a chance to score here. But, I mean, you're going to need at least 2 onside kicks. Penix pressured. He will walk this into the end zone. So just making the scoreboard look not as bad. It'll be 38-28. So onside kick number 1 coming up. Because once you give this ball back to Arizona, they're going to kneel on it. And that's going to be it. Arizona recovers the onside kick. So Seattle will move to 0-4. Arizona pulls even at 500 at 2-2. A nice start to the season for Arizona. They wanted to be seen as a playoff hopeful, and they are right there. They could be right there. 2-2 is a good enough start, but Seattle absolutely had some playoff aspirations, and they're going to need to start going back to the drawing board to see what they need to do. Like I said, Penix, not even a bad game, 20-29. Bijan, a huge game. And a lot of it stems from the defense, because the defense has been giving up a lot of points. So you don't have to start with the Penix-McCarthy conversation, but if you want to make the playoffs, you got to figure out something on defense, because it is just not going well. But that's going to do it for us here. Stay tuned for the rest of the Week 4 Armchair Football League action, and thank you for joining me. I'm Johnny Knoll, and I will see you on the recap.